Battery check. Alright. Now that I have this new story pumped out, I had to go through a lot in that last month to actually get the story through. I had to go through a lot in that last month. Sorry for the voice. Anyway. I'm just gonna close the door on my sister here. I just go through a lot in the past month because I had to keep recording a lot of stories back to back to back to get this. So if you don't like it, that's you, not me, and but I hope that you like this because it took me over a month and I think a few weeks to make this. So hope you like it. Sit back and relax. Story about another Bluey character. Instead of being Bluey this time, instead of being cringy, it's actually something this time. It's actually a proper story. Anyway, bad memories flood her mind watching her sister die right in front of her. She can't feel nothing but grief, remorse, and revenge. Throwing her band-aid to the ground. If you didn't know, yeah, she got shot in the eye. And therefore, she has to wear a bandage on her eye. Now you might be saying, what an idiotic idea to just take off your band-aid supposed to be covering your eye. It's my story, right? It makes sense in my story, and it's gonna be that way. Ground, smashing it, crying. She felt anger, pain, and sadness, and wanted to start crying tears of pain. People say she has a very unique way of crying her tears. She would cry blood from her right eye because it was impaled by an arrow. See, there you go. Right there. She was tired of the shadows. If you didn't know, the shadows are my versions of demons, because, demons aren't a good thing at all to just put randomly in a story, and I'm a 13-year-old kid. I should have never said that on camera. But, I don't like demons, right? And I don't want to put them in this story. She was thinking too much into it. She let her bad memories get the best of her. Her sister and mother were gone. Not something else she couldn't control. Now it remains as a bad memory forever. She couldn't get rid of it, even if she tried. She tried to cope with her sister's loss. Father tried to help her too. Bandit, didn't know. But she couldn't. It was too much for her. She couldn't handle all the pain and suffering she had to endure. Next day she felt dizzy and couldn't walk straight. It's just usual dizziness. And later in the story, foreshadowing, there is gonna be some creepy parts. Not creepy. There's still gonna be just a teensy bit cringy. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. And couldn't walk straight. She eventually collapsed and took a small vase with her. Didn't know that vase was full of her mother's ashes. So when you bring down a vase with your mother's ashes in it, and they're angels. They give the angels physical pain in their lives. Her dad heard a thud down with her. Sorry. Her dad heard a thud, then a shatter. He quickly turned around to see his daughter unconscious on the floor. He couldn't call 911 since this was a very long time ago. You can't call 911 such a long time ago. You would have to yell for help. Now, since psychology plays into this factor where people usually somewhat won't help somebody who's screaming help, nobody helped them. She did wake up eventually with a small, light cut on her forehead from the vase. She was scared of her dad as soon as she woke up. What was that thing called? Amnesia. I think I said it right. So she even tried to call away, but she shouted, "Get away from me. Who are you?" Then she saw the vase. She said, I'll clean it up. Just don't hurt me. He tried to calm her down, but it was unsuccessful. She became more scared. He knew that she was very scared and frightened, yet he didn't know what to do. She even had kicked him in the face, not a roundhouse kick or anything, just a regular kick. kicked in the face because she was so scared. She noticed that she was crying tears of fear. If you didn't know, there's no such thing as tears of fear, by the way. It's not tears of emotion, but tears also, you also cry when you're scared. So, it makes sense. Right, what was I? So we decided to leave her alone. She asked him, "Who's this person?" He told her that it was her mother. Later she felt dizzy again, but it never fell. How unfortunate, she should have died anyway. The man felt sad. His own daughter had no trust in him. Later the girl asked, "Who are these people in these photos?" Yes, they did have cameras all the way back then. They were very big and bulky, and they could only, take pictures in black and white. I'm blind with you and everyone else. After that, she looked at pictures all day. The next day, the man went to trade to village to trade stock. Anyway, he wasn't trading stocks. He was trading, well, whatever sells, his crops and stuff like that. When he came back, everything was broken. Looking around at all the pictures broken on the ground, he walked into a room to find his daughter on the ground against the wall. He ran over to her and saw scratches and bruises all over her. He asked if she was okay, and she smiled and said, "It was all okay." Right, stranger? She was crying too. He saw a scratch on her arm near her vein. If, unless you're an idiot and you didn't know this, there's a vein on your arm. If you look close enough, you don't even need to look close at all. You can see it right there. It's a little bump. And, he asked, "What happened here?" And she quietly said, "No," this started screaming, then tried to run, but he couldn't. The man, being a kind fellow and a kind father, put a bandage on his arm. There was a knife in her wing, too, if you know that angels have wings. And, of course, it's not that they have injuries, so everywhere you can have an injury in your body, same thing here. I made it so, physically, the wings have little, neurons, not, I'm an idiot or something. They have little pain receptors, so I've known to start for the background noise again. Hello, I'm recording. A picture of him and his wife smashed to pieces. He wondered who did this. The man asked the girl again what happened. She told him that something came over her. It all started with the sudden pain, then began. She tried to refuse, but then started smashing pictures and tore them apart. She locked herself in the room and felt dizzy and nauseated. I never had this feeling before. A little bit before, but putting my own actual physical feelings into a story is nice. She tried to sit a customer right there. Scratched the door and the voice said, "Let me out," with an exclamation point was, but I'm not going to shout in this house. After that, the voice got mad and called her useless and grabbed a knife. She tried to resist it, and it was aimed directly at her heart. See, the unique way my angels work is any other injury, it's not going to affect the angel's chance of living. Except for the heart, one of the most vulnerable parts of the body. The neck, anything that is cut is gonna, inflict major damage. The neck, usually, it's very slow death. Painless, too. Man, he missed, what a shame. And stabbed everyone instead. Sat down and waited. Business stopped and all went away. And that's all she had to say. Then explaining that it was an knife killed him on the ground, and why there's stretch marks on the door. The girl said she was throwing up the man at the door. Forget part one. There's no part one. There's no part two. There's no part three. This is supposed to be a short story, like, hopefully it's not so long. A few days after that, the man went away again. The girl was scared that the voice, would come back. So she hid in the exact same room, the same room, and of course locked the door. She started to worry, but her mom told her if she kept worrying, she would be gray-headed. In this case of a dog, I don't actually know that. So she tried to not worry. So she took that knife that was still on her wing, of course, with a lot of pain, and hid it. A few minutes later, she dozed off to sleep. Until, drumroll please, she's awakened from slumber. Then the knife that she hid was in front of her in the air. But it wasn't going to destroy the house like last time. It was going to just kill Bingo and then just go out and kill her father. So the knife went up to her neck and cut it. Now, usually for regular people, this would mean imminent death because cutting the neck is like a giant artery. So cutting it in any way would kill you. She grabbed it and cut her hands in the process and fell. She wasn't dead. She was just knocked out. Later, when she woke up, she realized her father wasn't home. So she looked around the house until she found out that he died. How unfortunate. But she did not want to accept the fact that all she loved was gone. She just remembered watching the sunset on the hillside with her friends and family. She was happy having all those great memories in life. But her main goal was to make the world a better place. No, Jade. And she hasn't done that, but hey, at least she gets to watch the beautiful sunset on the hillside. In Ohio, she was determined to watch sunset until she dies. Fortunately, that didn't last long. She was getting old. Yes! As she would die, she just did it. She knew she would die. She just didn't know when. Yes! There is no lock on the door. Jeez.
Learn how to spell.
Be quiet. That didn't last long. As she was getting old, obviously. She knew that she would die. She just didn't know when. One day, as she lied there one last time and took her last breath, cold wind blew around her face. Sorry for the background noise again. Although reduced background noise on, it's still pretty bad. Cold wind blew around her face, and she had passed away. The hill was sad that she was gone. It had dead grass on it when all around it were healthy. But after a few months, the hillside had a small path, the grass, and flowers on it. She had came back with a sister, and they watched the beautiful sunset together. The beautiful end. So the thing here is why she had been going to the hill when she was a little girl. So, and the reason she'd go was usually to just watch sunset, relax, or just deal with life issues. and you know, deal like calm down or just deal with sadness, stress, all this stuff like that. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's gonna be very long, by the way, and goodbye.